me share the screen and we'll start this session. So here it is. Good morning, everyone, once again. Hope you had a great evening. And let's do a final session. We're Friday, so this is the weekend starting. So let's close the week strong. Let's review the market first, as usual. So yesterday was quite the interesting day. Basically, the Bread Trust and kind of new uptrend confirmation that I was looking for in the last few days and weeks. So just as a reminder, so we basically had that base building slash pullback pretty much since the end of July. We had that pretty steep breakdown, and then we get that sideway action, which was mainly base building and pretty constructive and LT action overall, despite being pretty choppy, right? So you have two scenarios or maybe three in those cases. So either you just continue to chop around for eternity, but obviously it has to stop at some point. So we can resume higher, or we can break down and continue what could have been the start of a new downtrend and larger correction. What I always look for at the end of a correction, at the end of a pullback, is price and breadth confirmation, right? And also momentum, but kind of a second tier for me. So you want to see first that daily structure reclaim, which we had, and we also had kind of that short setup kind of failure as well. So we had that reclaim attempt earlier this week. We made that shakeout, which created a higher low and kind of negated that bear flag into structure. And yeah, yesterday we had CPI very early in the morning. It was pretty in line, in fact, and without looking at the numbers, we just look at the reaction, and it was pretty good. So we had that daily structure reclaim right here, pretty good close to a new high. We're still right into the August 22 and August 13 high, so we're not quite yet out of that base, out of that that range, that base that we had for the past few weeks, but this is a nice first test. And on the breadth front, like always, I look for contraction, and then first step is to hook up, so meaning that we start a new uptrend on the McClellan summation. It simply means that in the past few days, advancers outweighed the decliners. So breadth starting to kind of shift. We're starting to see more advancers than decliners, and that's what you basically want to see in an uptrend. So we're still very, very early. And it can still fail, but basically that's what I want to see, that McClellan to shift up and start to uptrend and have those nice green bars for a few days and weeks. That's where you can really compound your money and have that kind of easy money market. So like I said, very early, we're having a very weak hookup for now, and we'll have to see how we close the week. Ideally, we want to pick up speed from here, and ultimately maybe next week, and that would bring it right into FOMC and interest rate decision to kind of reclaim that 10-day moving average, or we can simply have that kind of rally. And next week into FOMC, we see Brett hooking back down and start a new leg lower. Honestly, at this point, I don't know. All I know is that my setup is there. Price wise, Brett wise, I have good traction. Liquid leaders are looking good of their daily and weekly structure. And for me, that's all I need to know. I'm not trying to anticipate anything. Breadth extension showing the same kind of constructive action. We had that oversold kind of reading right here. And then that shakeout that created that the higher low structure in the breadth as well. So we still have plenty of room to the upside. We're not even very short term overbought. So yeah, be patient. If you have that exposure, uh, don't hesitate to take some trims into strength. Pay off your risk, so de-risk your trades. Remove a bit of open risk. Reduce your open heat as it grows with profits. But overall, considering that we're still so early after that base and just trying to hook up, we might be very early in that new option. Not meaning that we won't shake out and we won't stress test, and we might have a lot of volatility next week with FOMC as well. But all that I'm saying is currently the picture and the setup for a new uptrend is there right now. All right, so let's look at so the market, Nasdaq. Once again, we're right into that new all-time high kind of structure retest. I remember we talked about it on Wednesday to watch that area for potential resistance. And we also talked about that kind of confluence area of retest of the 21 DMA structure, which we didn't quite get. But we did retest that structure and it held pretty well. So yeah, that was resistance. We had kind of a stress test on Wednesday. Yesterday, that bread trust following CPI reports, and today we'll have to look if yeah, the market just want to go right away and start that new uptrend into new highs, or maybe we need to like we discussed, build that range, build that tight structure into FOMC next week. That wouldn't be a bad action at all to create that tight range, tight action, and kind of release that pressure on FOMC next week. All right, so internals look rather very good. So we have that clear downtrend with lower highs and lower lows. We're trying to make that lower low as well. So this is the credit spreads, basically telling you that this is a risk on market. There's no running to safety per se. So for me, I always want to be aggressive when we're below a declining weekly structure and daily structure as well. VIX having that similar structure, but it really struggle in that 14-ish area. So we're still in that downtrend structure. We're still trading below the daily structure and keep being rejected at it. But yeah, this kind of area is really hard, and maybe we'll kind of stress test once again to create some space and just drift down once again. But we're really in that kind of tempered VIX market where VIX is low, just grinding lower, and until we reclaim that weekly structure, for me it's just a risk on market, and I'm just not looking at it too closely. Yields, a bit of a gap up this morning. We have Bitcoin, very interesting. So Wednesday we talked about the long setup right here. That's what I engaged as well. And right now well, yesterday we confirmed the breakout, we confirmed the long setup with that follow through. And yeah, we'll have to see how we build into the weekend. I wouldn't be surprised that we kind of see that same type of range on the right side, and we kind of retest the now rising 21 DMA structure. That would create a pretty solid uh, reclaim and backtest setup, which could be used to add to a position, to EBIT, to Bitcoin futures, or the spot itself. But yeah, I'm really looking for that tight range. If it goes, it goes. I'm already in my position, but ideally we create that kind of pressure and backtest to make the setup even better. All right, so quickly, let's review the positions. So Rocket Lab, as of yesterday, we're still above that daily reversal. Weekly chart looks very, very good. So yeah, I'm not in a hurry. Ideally, we want to see that bigger kind of base breakout right here. And maybe it's today, maybe it's next week on FOMC. But yeah, momentum didn't even come in Rocket Lab yet. We don't have that breakout yet. So yeah, being patient. I'm not ruling out some kind of right side tight range as well before the breakout. Bitcoin we discussed. Palantir. So Palantir lagged a lot yesterday. So there's a bunch of folks ready to throw it under the bus, but we discussed that exact same setup on Wednesday morning, right? So it was pretty strong to reclaim the 21 DMA, but you have two scenarios when you reclaim that daily structure. Either you just continue and make new high, which is a possibility. But the other possibility is to get that reclaim and backtest set up. And that's what we have right here. So look for tight pullback action as we retest that range structure, as we retest the now rising 21 DMA structure. And that will give us a pretty nice continuation pattern and an opportunity to add if you're already in that position. Tesla just went yesterday at this point. We're past an entry on this. Weekly looks very, very good. We just made, yeah, a new high. Is it a new 52 weeks high? No, not yet. So that 52 weeks high is here. You can't hear me? I am frozen. Okay, guys. So my mic is on. Stream failed to start. So maybe there's a problem with Discord. All right, so sorry guys. Looks like some people don't have the audio for the recording, so let's just hope that everything is recorded. And yeah, so I'll continue the recording, and we'll see if the recording has the sound and if there's something to check afterwards. All right, so I was talking about Tesla. So Tesla just went yesterday, basically breaking out from that weekly setup that we were looking at. So at this point, you have to assume that we start a new uptrend. Might retest that December high. That would be maybe the place to build the right side, some handle and some range. But until there, I remain in my position. Will take my 2 and 5 hour trims, and yeah, it's looking good. So Uber kind of lagging. I want to give it a bit more space. We're still having that weekly base on base setup with higher lows right in the weekly structure. So I like that weekly setup a lot. I want to see where we close the week, and yeah, I'm still bullish on that chart and want to see where it goes before calling it a pure laggard. It does feel very choppy. Uh, and not a lot of strength right now, but I'm really playing that weekly setup. GEV, nice shakeout yesterday. That's the 21 DMA structure, reclaim and backtest, just as Palantir, just as Bitcoin we discussed. And yeah, it gapped up on the news. We saw that shakeout, but structure was really well defended, and I'm looking for some tight action on the right side. It's doing nothing wrong. The weekly chart is very good with a full structure reclaim. So yeah, patience with this one. Oklo, a bit more spec name, worked really well yesterday after entry and retest of that structure. So a bit like Rocket Lab, which we didn't quite break out from that structure. Oklo seems to have broke that structure, and yesterday was the breakout. So we'll look for continuation today. I'm really close to my 2 hour target, which is I think around 81 and 50. Yeah, 81.50 in that area. So hopefully I can de-risk and take my first 2 hour trims on that today into the weekend. That would be nice. Micron still a very strong uptrend. My 2 hour trim is taken. I have my 5 hour trim at 172. So being very patient with that weekly setup, the weekly structure, just hooking up and starting that uptrend. So obviously we're pretty much early in that new trend. Hood, basically retesting that structure. It's holding. Just let it breathe and retest maybe that rising daily structure. I'm not too stressed about it. We made a new high following the S&P inclusion news, and we had good follow through. So just giving it some space and letting it build the right side here. Carnival, so new position. I like that we bounce off the 10-week moving average structure. We confirmed the weekly reversal, and yeah, it looks like a breakout. The 2 hour trim is taken, so right now it's really just to let it ride and see where it goes. And last one, yeah, Warner Bros. A bit of luck on this one yesterday, but again, the entry was pretty much textbook. So we talked about this setup this morning with Bitcoin, with Palantir. and what was the other one? I don't remember. Anyway, um, but yeah, we had that daily structure, 21 DMA structure, reclaim, so breakout, and we had that back test right into structure, which gave a nice low risk entry right here. That's what we took, right? Nice close to carry that risk overnight. And then yesterday came some news that Paramount want to acquire Warner Bros. So uh, didn't see to yeah, we don't have any bid right now, no more specific information. We'll look that today. Um, it might move the stocks even more, but right now it's up another 9%. So yeah, basically my 2 hour and 5 hour trims were taken yesterday, and I remain with my third runner. And yeah, we'll see how this bid looks like, and how we might just trend until we have more information. But yeah, eventually I will close even that runner, because when there's a buyout and acquisition, I don't expect that to move for a longer term, right? So yeah, that's about the review. Focus list. I had snow. So we have kind of that higher low structure. We're still inside the buy area from the daily structure and weekly structure. So we're retesting that weekly structure right here. Inside week, double inside week, in fact. So it's getting really tight after the earnings reaction. And yeah, look for either a daily reversal for entry, or you can also look for some type of shakeout and maybe a higher low being created in the daily structure. That would be a nice entry, low risk entry on weakness. So Snow, QBTS was the other one. We had that 21 DMA structure reclaim yesterday. And the other one was, yeah, MP. So MP would be kind of a 21 DMA structure reclaim setup. So I'll look for some strength above that structure. So it kind of struggle with that structure. We're making lower lows and lower highs. So we're still kind of in that consolidation right here. So yeah, look for that base structure and 21 DMA structure reclaim. And that would give a pretty nice entry of the weekly structure as well. And yeah, I had Palantir as well, and we discussed that on the back test of the rising structure and range structure as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the focus list, guys. As for my game plan personally, I'm really looking to be super patient right now. That's how I like to trade, right? I like to get good size, good exposure pretty early in the trend on anticipation. You get stopped out, you get shaken out, you get chopped a bit, and it's part of the game. But when the market starts and you can really time that price reclaim and that McClellan kind of hook up and new uptrend on the right side, then you get out of drawdown very quickly, and that's how you can really push your equity super fast. But yeah, it does require a bit of experience doing so, and you still have to build your exposure with progressive exposure and wait to see if you have traction. But that's what we had earlier this week, right? So everything was built upon profits. Yes, I've been a bit lucky. So we had that good news, which gave a lot of profits quickly with that gap, and that allowed me to kind of be a bit more aggressive on that turn and on that anticipation setup. But yeah, otherwise you just have to build that exposure pretty slowly as you gain traction and you build traction. So yeah, that's the game plan for me from this point. I have the exposure that I want. I completed my portfolio with Rocket Lab and Oklo yesterday, and from here I'm really just waiting for those 2 hour and 5 hour targets to uh, basically hit, and that I can de-risk my trades, lower my open risk, lower my open heat, and just let my portfolio do the heavy lifting. So all right, so that's the review for today. This is Friday, so also think about the weekend risk. There's no problem to wait for Monday to see where the market is at, uh, to open new risk and new exposure. So I hope that the recording will work and I'm not speaking alone. And if not, then we'll try to see what's the problem to fix it for next week. All right, so have a good day, everyone. I will be in the pit as always if you have any questions. Otherwise, have a very good weekend, and we'll see each other on Sunday. So have a good day, everyone. Bye bye.